Hey there, let's talk about time. You know, that thing that once it's spent is gone forever. Unlike money, you can spend or lose that and make it again. Well, maybe. But time isn't really something that we can generate, so it behooves us to spend it wisely. But what do you do when you have a group of things that are indeed good uses of your time, but due to time constraints, you can't possibly do them all together? I'm talking specifically about two things in your business: your current clients and your prospective clients. I really don't think we have to split our time between the two. How do we do that? Well, I've got some ideas. Let's talk about something. Are you walking a tightrope, doing all you can to balance your time between your current clients and your prospective clients? You know the value of your current clients. They're your right now revenue stream. So you surely want to make sure they're taken care of. But you also know that just because someone's a client now doesn't mean they'll be a client in the future. For any number of reasons, a current client could vanish just like that, leaving you with a deficit to fill. That's why it's so important for us to simultaneously, regularly pursue new clients while we provide superior service to our existing clients. Here's 3 tips to guide you in that pursuit. First, understand the commonalities. You got to take all your customers and investigate the similarities among them. Is it a factor like age, sex, or income? Or something else like their long term potential, industry, or business sector? Take that information and correlate it with your sales numbers. Ask how much is each group contributing to your sales volume and or your profitability. Once you have that information, you can see which customers mean the most to your bottom line. Now, why is that important as we discuss balancing your time? Because it's all about focus. Most of your time should be spent focusing on your most important customers. The remainder of your time should be spent on acquiring new customers that fit the profile of your existing important customers. To our best ability, we want to duplicate those great customers that we already have, and we want to do this over and over again because, as I mentioned, sometimes through no fault of our own, a good customer could just disappear. And the next tip is understand how to automate. There's only 24 hours in the day, and you're only one person, right? You can't expect to do it all yourself. So if you're the type of person that has to have their hands on every single process in their business, you're going to have to learn to let that go a little bit. I'm not saying turn a blind eye and ignore things, but be open to delegating certain responsibilities that don't absolutely require your full attention. Consider outsourcing something like lead generation activities to an outside company. You may be surprised to discover that there are some great cost effective solutions out there. You will, of course, have to spend some time and effort to effectively communicate exactly what you're looking for, but once you've done that, you can almost set that outside firm on autopilot and just collect the deliverables when ready. Now, regarding automation for your existing customers, there's a few important things we should know, like why do they buy from you? How satisfied are they with your service? What other options do they consider when purchasing your service? Would they be open to giving you a referral? How could we find out the answers to those questions? I know, we could ask them. Wow, what a great idea. How about a post-sale survey? You could send it as a link along with your invoice. Just keep it short and simple. Just ask what you need to know. That's it. Then use that feedback to guide you in retention of your existing customers and prospecting activities to newer customers. And now the final tip. Understand the costs. The costs, money, dollars. There's studies that show it may cost you up to 25 times more to acquire a new customer versus retaining an existing customer. Additionally, it's been determined that repeat customers generally spend more than first-time customers. Repeat customers are also a bit easier to work with because they understand your processes and procedures. Working with a repeat or familiar customer can also save you a little bit of time, which we know is money. So your job, you solopreneur, is to assign values, real numbers to these things so that you can know exactly what you're spending. Now get ready, there's going to be a little math here. To get your customer acquisition costs, you'll take your total cost of sales and marketing and divide that by the number of new customers acquired to get your customer acquisition cost. To understand how you're doing in the customer retention area, take your number of customers at the end of a time period, divided by the number of customers at the beginning of that time period, and multiply that by 100. That'll give you your customer retention rate. Now, you can allocate your resources accordingly because you know the actual numbers. So, remember, when you're trying to figure out how to spend your time, first, understand the commonalities. Then, understand how to automate. And finally, understand the costs. We'll see you next time.